All right, hey guys. Um, Today we're going to take a look at a new plugin by Boz Digital Labs. It's called the Transgressor, and basically it's a transient designer, to put it simply. But that said, I'm really excited about this because it's not actually just a regular transient designer. It has a few extra features. In fact, two extra features that really make it special to me. And basically, that is that you can EQ. Your sustain parts and your transient separately. That's amazing if you think about that, and I'll obviously show you that now. But also, it has a sidechain where basically it can kick in using source audio from another track and kick it into a different track. So basically, you make changes whenever, for example, say the kick drum hits. You could duck, for example, the kick drum frequencies on the overheads or something like that. So that'll be very handy as well. But those two things really make this special to me, and I've played with it briefly. Just got it today. It's a very new plugin. Came out January 2017, so this month. Ready for NAMM as far as I understand it. Right, so to cut straight to it, what I'm gonna do is I've got a drum bus here. And I got these multi-tracks from the Cambridge multi-track library. So shout out to them. Thanks for having that great resource available. Basically what I did is I went and found some really garagey, grungy drums because I thought, well, what better way to show off a Transient Designer plugin than cleaning up a bunch of muddy, messy drums. Now, I'm not throwing any shade on the band that actually did these drums or recorded this track, because actually I can tell by their style that they actually went for that. They wanted it to be gritty, grimy, muddy, that garage style. So, obviously that's what they were looking for. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to actually clean that up a whole lot and show you what this plugin can do. So let's take a listen to the drums without it on, and then we're going to go through the drums and we're going to change things and listen to it all. And then we're going to take it all off so you can hear how much, what kind of a difference we've made to the entire signal. Okay, so let's listen to the drums just as they are. Just bear in mind I have actually set a few levels here for the drums, otherwise it was just garbage. So I've just brought down things where I had to, but nothing much, just to sort of make it listenable. Here we go. Alright, so as you can hear, it is really gritty. It's supposed to be like that, but we're going to go ahead and clean it up completely. Alright, so let's show you the plugin. I'm going to pop it on the kick drum to start with. I'm using the demo at the moment, but it's only $49 on their website at the moment, and it's going to go up to $99 soon, so go and get it now. But I'm just using the demo to give it a try. And then that little message pops up if you're using the demo, but it only pops up when you open a new instance. Anyways, let's get right to it. Alright, so the most important thing about getting set up here is that this detector, you need to tell it at what point is the transient coming through, and by telling it when the transient is coming through, it allows it to split the transient and the sustain, obviously. So that's how it does that, which is very clever, and it's very easy to set, and I'll show you how to right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Just for the drums, I'm going to solo the bass drum. In this state, the default state, it actually isn't doing anything. But now you see the way this red indicator is coming over the threshold here. The transients are basically whenever you want to try to get as close to just the transient as possible, because that's going to allow you to affect that more appropriately and as well as the sustain. So let's go ahead and play it and then just set it just right, and I'll show you about that. That looks like I'm just grabbing the transient there, just the tip of the frequencies that come through, and that's going to allow me to really give it a lot of good control. This re-trigger is basically the spaces between the samples and how quickly you want it to react to that. If it's set very low, like down here, which is 10 milliseconds, it's gonna pretty much, as far as I understand, pick up everything, all your transients. So you might actually get, like, let's say for example, a snare on your bass drum, where it picked up a bit of snare or that kind of thing. So just set it somewhere medium if you don't really want to get too precise with it. But you can also, while adjusting things, check how it affects the sound you're doing. But I'm going to set it right in the middle, because I don't want it picking up any of the mud. You can hear that there's snares and there's other things in there, so I don't want to pick up any of that. So I've just set it like that for now. There's also a filter. It's a high pass and a low pass filter, but you can also change that to a band pass. So you can sweep there the frequency and change the Q and everything like that. And that's disabling the high pass and the low pass entirely. Alright, so that's just basic. This is your transient section, the blue here. You can turn it on and off at the top here. Equally, your sustain over here, you can bypass just by clicking there, or you can bypass the whole plugin just by clicking here. That allows you to obviously see what's going on, get a better idea. You've got your release and hold here, and your output gain of the whole plugin. And this is the gain of each, the transient and the sustain. So that obviously helps you mix the two together. And at the top here is sidechain, internal or external. So either coming from this track or getting from a separate source would be external. What you do then is you send from that separate source to this audio track, and that's how it picks that up. Yeah, it's pretty simple actually. And also bear in mind, the guys at Boz Digital Labs, they actually have a video where they actually explain the sidechain a bit better and everything like that. So you guys can take a look at that if you want. I'll put a link in the description. Okay, but let's just quickly jump into affecting this kick drum, and then we're going to go through the rest of the sounds and just quickly get them sounding better, and so we can A/B. All right. Yeah. First off, let's just give it a nice play there. All right. Straight away, I want more attack on this. I don't want it as muddy. I'm going to bring down the sustain. There we go. Already it's got that. So let's taking out a lot of that sustain. That's fantastic, because just bear in mind, all that glue, so to speak, of the sustain, that's going to be coming through in the drum rooms and the overheads. So with the kick drum, I particularly want it nice and thuddy and clean. I'm going to actually do a little bit of boost in the low here, take out a bit of mud there, and I'm also going to boost a little bit in the high. So this is the interesting part. This is what separates this from something like SPL Transient Designer. And just so you know, SPL Transient Designer is probably my favorite plugin in the whole world, because I'm a drummer myself, and yeah, it bugs the hell out of me when I'm in a mix and the drum samples or the drums are just not sounding great. So the SPL Transient Designer has been a lifesaver of mine for a long time. This, I wouldn't say I'm going to throw out the SPL Transient Designer by any means, but this can do everything that does, and can obviously do quite a bit more now with this whole EQ. And just bear in mind that you're EQing the transient separately, as you've split it here with the threshold separately to the sustain. That's something you couldn't do just by slapping an EQ after the SPL Transient Designer. So just bear that in mind. This is very different. So let's listen to it now with the EQ boost. Take it out. This is giving me that nice thud that I was looking for. A little bit of crispiness there. And this is taking out a little bit of mud right there. So I'm really liking that drum already. I don't need to do much else to it at all. I might just check this release quickly. Yeah, I like that. Just bringing through a little bit more of that sustain, or of that full drum sound, just to give us a bit of naturalness. I might actually bring it down just a little bit. And let's hear it again with all the other stuff. So now we're not going to hear it in the mix properly yet till everything's cleaned up. But as you can tell, that's day and night. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass the whole thing. So that's a massive difference. Excuse the noise, guys. I've just got some people coming in and out next door. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move straight onto the snare. Now just bear in mind, I'm not going to go through all of these by setting meticulously each one. For the rest of these, I'm going to throw on some presets so that we can just get a nice clean sound to A and B, so that you guys can see what the plugin's actually done. I also make a nice bright snare. I just want to set the threshold quickly. That's about right there. That's just about done it right there. I'm going to bring down a bit of the sustain. And again, this is the same as the kick, where I actually just want a nice crispy snare, so that it can, I'll use the overheads in the drum room to blend everything. Let's just A-B this. Okay, that's going to give it that click we want. I'm going to bring in a bit more of the room, and I'm also just going to open that release time. So now let's A-B it again. Okay, great. Now you're starting to hear in the mix, you can pick up that nice thud of the kick and the crispiness of the snare. It's already a lot cleaner than it was before, but let's move straight along to the toms. There's 3 different tom tracks. Again, I'm going to use presets to get us there quite quickly. Go ahead with that, bring down that, and set the threshold. I just want to change. Sorry, I want to solo that. So it's just that last little bit. There we go, fantastic. And that we're just getting that now. I'm going to open up this release a bit. So the rest of this is all nothing. Only when you see these waves here is it really... There we go, and we're getting what we want. We've cleaned it up nicely. So again, I'm going to move around quite quickly now so that we don't waste any of your time, and you can just hear the overall what it's done once everything's done. Again, you can obviously sit and meticulously pick out things, guys. Nothing stops you from going really crazy into it and make it really fun for yourself. Let's get that up. There we go. Bring that down and open that. There we go. And we've achieved very much the same thing with that one. And this is the last tom here that I just want to set. And then we can get onto something a little bit more fun. Set this. Okay, there we go. Take it out. There we go, just cleaning everything up nicely. This is the overheads. We're going to pop one on there too. What we want to do with this is just clean everything up. So I want to take out a lot of the highs of the sustain, take out a bit of the sustain, not too much of it though. Sorry, take out the lows. I think I said that instead of highs. Maybe bring this actually down quite a bit here. Smooth that out a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing on the transient. I don't want too much bass in this at all. I want it nice and clean and bright. Yeah, let's listen to that. Sorry. Okay, that's because I haven't got enough of it in. Okay, set this threshold up. There we go. Bring up some of this brightness. I'm generally bringing down the transients in this, because I'm going to use it as glue mainly. Alright, I'm happy with that for now. It's not perfect, I mean that's just a real quick thing that I'm doing there. And I'm just going to paste this in here quick. And there we go. Again, I'm going to bring down some of this, bring up some of the highs, do the same here. I just want something basic and nice and clean for us. Take out some of the mud here if I can. Alright, there we go. That's just very basic, guys, but now let's listen to the overall product here and just tell how different it is from the beginning when it hadn't had anything. Alright, as you can tell, there's a lot that's changed there. Now I'm going to try to take them all off at once, see if I can A-B this for you. Okay, it won't seem to let me take all of these off at once. So what I'm going to do is quickly take them off. I'm going to play it for you. Actually, yeah, let me take them all off. Sorry, I've just got to go through each channel now. If anyone knows how to actually take all plugins off, you know, by group selecting them in Ableton, please go ahead and tell me in the comment section, because that would be really handy. Okay, so they're all off now, so let's give it a listen, then I'm going to put them back on for you and we can tell the difference. And now I'm going to bring them in as I'm playing it. I'm going to go down all of them and just bring them in so you can hear as the track changes. That's just day and night, 100% day and night. That's two different, you would say those were two completely different drum basses. It just sounds amazing. And I'm already a huge fan, and I've only just been playing around with the demo a little bit. And I know I'm going to get it. It's only $49 at the moment on special, so definitely go check out their website. I'll leave links to everything in the description of this video. Go check out their website and download the demo. It's really nice and easy to use, and you'll see straight away that this is taking transient design a step up towards something that is way more flexible, and I think everybody's going to love it. It's probably going to replace the SPL Transient Designer as my favorite plugin, but of course, you know that SPL is always going to come in handy whenever I'm making quick changes and wanting to add some punch to something or that kind of thing. But this is an amazing, amazing, amazing plugin. Go check it out, guys. And please subscribe if you like my videos. I'll be doing a couple more of these. Well, I'll be doing a bunch more of these as NAMM rounds off. And yeah, I'll keep letting you guys know about the cool stuff that's coming out. Thanks, and check you soon.